What's going on, boys? It's your boy Cerrone Macaroni MMA here, back for another video. And my God, bro, Contender Series Week 2 was a banger. Week 1 was good, it was solid, a lot of nice performances. But Week 2 really set the tone for what we're gonna be expecting for the next couple weeks, bro. I'm telling you, there was a lot more coming in here. And what a week it was! We had a bunch of good fights. I'm pretty sure every fight was a finish besides the first fight, but the first fight on the card was a war. Right, and today we're gonna be matchmaking every contract winner on the Contender Series, and giving them a matchup that maybe suit their skill set, or just a matchup for a guy who maybe needs to fight, something like that. And man, we have a lot to talk about in this card. And then I'll break down every fight, how it went, um, and show you who I've match made them against. So let's get straight into it here with the first matchup. Being we had for Dana actually did give 2 contracts out for the first fight for both guys, for Roman Puga and Tanner Tremblay. Both those guys put on a war. I mean, I kind of fell asleep. Not to say I fell asleep during the fight, but like I turned it on a little bit late because I fell asleep before, like, when it started. I turned it on. It was like it started around 3. I see the damage on both of these guys. They're going to war. And Dana even went in there himself and gave them a handshakes and all that, congratulated them because both of them got a contract. So let's get straight into it. Let's matchmake both these guys first of the first fight. That being Roman Puga, and I want him to go against Alberto Montez. Now Alberto Montez is still, a lot of people have shifted their love for him. You know, after he lost to Tony McMillan. It was a very devastating loss for him because like I really thought he was gonna get him an anaconda choke and submit him, but no, he's got whooped basically. But Alberto Montes is still a dangerous threat. He's still a guy not to be messed with. But I think Roman Puga, showing what he did, how he was always coming forward, striking with Tanner Tremblay in that fight. I think you give Alberto Montes another test in this, and a guy like Roman Puga, who looked even though it was a war, but got a lot of damage, he still like won. Um, he still got the win by decision. But I think him fighting Alberto Montes would be a nice solid fight. Could put on like an Apex card. Alberto Montes needs a rebound. I'm not saying Roman Puka is the easiest guy to be matchmade against or the easiest win ever, but I do think Alberto Montes definitely, needs to fight maybe more like a guy of not much experience at all, other than Tommy Mills. Because Tommy Mills he's a different type of specimen, bro, in terms of a guy who literally doesn't care if he's getting punched or not, gonna come straight at you. And I think Roman Puka kind of similarly replicated that. He does have more to his skill set as well. But I do think Alberto Montes has a very 50-50 chance of winning this fight for sure. And I think this will be a good test to really see, does he fit in the UFC after losing that badly to a guy like Tommy Mills, who's another upcoming prospect in the UFC. But yeah, I think this fight will be pretty good to watch. And yeah, man, let's go on with Tanner Tremblay, and who I have Tanner Tremblay going against. So the other guy who took even way more damage than Roman Puga did in the fight. I saw the hospital pick after, bro. His face was swelled up bad, but both got a contract. They both put on a good show. Dana liked it. The fans liked it. You're in the UFC, kid. Now, Tanner Tremblay, we're going to have him go against another guy who kind of, Haider Emil. We haven't going against Haider Emil, but think of Haider Emil as like, when this guy first came into the UFC, I was a big fan. Like, I liked him. I thought he was really good. He had some nice striking. The grappling wasn't bad at all. I liked watching him fight. But then in his last fight, he was on the main card of the oh my god. No, he was on the main card. He was on the, what card was it? Haider Emil fought. Haider Emil fought Christian Rodriguez. Yes. And he fought him on the Manel Cap versus Kaiju Horiguchi card too, the second fight. On the main card of that. And he got submitted badly, bro. Haider Emil, like, he was knocking some guys out, pre like him losing, but he lost to Jamal Emmerich by decision. Lost to Jose Miguel Delgado. I mean, Miguel Delgado's not a bad loss. Miguel Delgado's pretty good. I don't even blame him. But then he lost Christian Rodriguez, who I thought he could have came on top and beat him, but nah, he lost that fight. But Hyder Armia, I still have faith in him. But in this fight, I think Tanner Tremblay is really gonna show what he can do as Hyder Armia. If Hyder Armia loses this fight, he's gone from the UFC, bro. It'd be 4 fights, 4 losses in a row. He's kind of old, honestly. Like I mean, he came into the UFC kind of like a little bit late when he was like 33. I mean, that's not too late, but like it I mean, you kind of get what I'm saying though. But I think this would be a good test. Another just like Roman Puga would be a good test to really showcase what you can do with a guy like Hyder Emil. Like Hyder Emil was an upcoming guy who I thought was gonna make his presence known in the featherweight division, get into the rankings. But when you lose to when you lose to Jamal Emmers, bro, and Christian Rodriguez, no offense to those guys, you're not going to be in the rankings, bro. I have some bad news for you. You're not. I think Tanner Tremblay is like just like Roman Puga. Tanner Tremblay is a very 50-50 fight. Hyder Emil is still dangerous, bro. He just fought some pretty good competition, but he's still a dangerous fighter. He still has the knockout power, the finishing ability. But yeah, I think this would be a nice fight for Tanner Tremblay, and we can move on to the other fight. Who this guy was he was the underdog basically, in my opinion. Alec Lorenz versus Muhammad Ali. And with a guy with a name like Muhammad Ali, you expect this guy to win the fight. But no, he got TKO, he got finished. Alec Lorenz looked pretty good in that fight. We can move on. And I have Alec Lorenz, who's a light heavyweight. And I'm going to have him versus a vet in light heavyweight, Unk in the UFC, all that. We're going to have him versus former kickboxer, who also faced Osprey, Dustin Jacoby. We're going to have him versus Alec Lorenz. This is, to me, a pretty solid. This fight would be nice. This fight, you're gonna see these guys go back and forth. And Dustin Jacoby to me would be a really good match just because one, I think if it's kickboxing, it doesn't really like work the best, but he still has a pretty good striking. Like bro, before he got finished by Muhammad Saeed on the Abu Dhabi card, before that he had like 3 straight knockout wins. Like he knocked out Vito Petrino, Bruno Lopez, Juice Walker, 3 in a row straight. He was on a tear. This guy is still dangerous, bro. He still is a dangerous fighter. He still can definitely prove that he's a guy who can definitely put some of these prospects in their place. And yes, Jacoby's 38. He has kind of a Muay Thai style, kickboxing style mixed in there as well because he's a former kickboxer. Has a striking, but Alec Lorenz looked really good in that Muhammad Ali fight. He was coming forward to Muhammad Ali. He didn't get rocked, but he kind of got like stunned a little bit in that fight when Muhammad Ali did some punches. But he came forward, Muhammad Ali knocked him down, TKO'd him. Muhammad Ali looked like the guy in there that I thought was gonna destroy Alec Lorenz because like you look at the matchup, it was like a crazy one-sided matchup, but no, Alec Lorenz was in there. He showed what he can do. He finished him. I think this could be a nice, good fight. Put on the early prelims of a card. This fight would be another good matchup, another kind of back and forth, bloody. I think this fight will have some blood in it for sure. The way Alec Lorenz was moving that fight, the way Dustin Jacoby's been knocking out his opponents, and pretty durable guy as well. Be a nice fight. Let's see if Alec Lorenz can combat Dustin Jacoby's kickboxing style. And this will be a nice matchup. I would want to see on like a prelim of a card, a fight night, a numbered event, doesn't matter. Still a solid fight. Good test for Alec Lorenz, who just got his contract from the UFC. Next, the matchup. We're going to have the next winner here. Christian Perez, who came off a TKO win against Logan Paxton. Me personally, I thought Logan Paxton was going to win this fight. But then when I heard they were talking about Christian Perez, like he's like 40 fights in total his career. He's like 20-something amateur fights. I'm like, okay, this guy he's probably going to win. And Logan Paxton's a wrestler, but he was still going pretty back and forth with Christian Perez until he got caught. And I'm going to have Christian Perez versus Daniel Zellhuber. Another guy who I had faith in that I was going to be like somewhat decent in the UFC, but no, he's trash. Trash, and I've been hearing talks. Dana was saying if Christian Perez is down, he'll put him on the USA No Shade card in September. And if Christian Perez is down, you can put him, he's Mexican, put him against another Mexican, and Daniel Zellhuber, put them both on USA No Shade. It's a banger card, bro. Zellhuber is also on one of the other No Shade cards. He fought Esteban Rimovich. So this to me is really like the fight that's really gonna show, does he belong in the UFC? Because before that, he had a couple wins before, and so Huber is just that his chin is suspect. I felt like he talked a lot of games. Then back in like in the Bobby Green fight, he lost, but he got knocked out. Bobby Green was talking trash. He was talking trash too. He couldn't back it up. He got he lost to Michael Johnson. I mean, Michael Johnson is not a bad loss, but like the guy's 25 and 20, bro. I mean, he has a lot of finishes, bro. He has a good amount of finishes in his career. Let's be honest here, bro. He's not. You should not be getting losing the decision by him, getting outstruck in that fight by him. I think for Christian Perez would be a nice. Christian Perez really showed a lot of like poise, a lot of he was very calm in the fight against Logan Paxton. He never panicked. Anytime he got cornered into the fence, he got like struck of a couple shots through his guard. He stayed calm. He was very patient. He found opening spots in Logan Paxton's game. Anytime Paxton went for a takedown, I mean Paxton got like one takedown, but Perez got right back up. He stuffed a couple other takedowns from Paxton too. That was really that showed like he has good takedown defense. Hooper's not really a guy who's gonna take you down really. He's mainly a striker, but in some cases he will go to the ground with you. And goes to the ground, he can submit you. So I think that'd be kind of dangerous for him, submission threat of Zell Huber. Because he has submission wins. We've seen him submit somebody in the UFC before. But I do think Christian Perez ultimately is dangerous on the feet. He also has a good amount of submission wins as well on the regional scene before you got to the UFC. And the thing is, this guy, I totally forgot. He's the one who fought Manuel Sosa in the Contender Series and lost before. So fair. I mean, you can't even blame him, bro. He fought Manuel Sosa, who's really good to me. Not really good, but he's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, honestly, this will be a test for Zell Huber. I think Perez will probably steamroll him, in my opinion. This is kind of a layup matchup to me. But yeah, man, we can move on. Next fight, a very crazy win. We have my guy Trent Miller versus Zach Reese. Before I even get to this matchup, Trent Miller had a Von Flue choke, bro. I won't lie, I wasn't paying attention for like the first minute in the fight. Kind of sidetracked, right? Round one, just kind of back and forth, really. Nothing really much about it. Trent Miller did get a takedown, I believe, in round one. Just back and forth for Douglas Rodriguez. And then round two, he ends up taking him down, getting him down. I'm pretty sure he took him down. And he gets a Von Flue choke. One, that submission is pretty rare. You don't really see that often in a fight, let alone in the UFC. Two, he was out cold. And like, this dude looks jacked for middleweight, bro. Like, hopefully he gets past USADA testing, bro, because like no offense, I don't want to discredit the work he's put in, but like he looks like he's been a little juiced up, bro. Let's be honest here. He looks like he's a little bit juiced up. He's taking something here, and I want him fighting Zach Reese. Funny enough, Sherman was on the other contenders before, and he fought Ryan Gandra, who just knocked out Zach Reese like 2 months ago on UFC 229. I think Zach Reese would be another like solid matchup for him. I do think Trent Miller might have a little bit of a difficult time with Zach Reese. Seeing Zach Reese, no offense to Jackson McVeigh, not the best striker, but he's a pretty good grappler, and he submitted him. So I think on the ground, this would probably mainly be like a grappling matchup. Zachary Reese, I just think he gets caught a lot of times, like in the Gandra fight, got caught. He got caught a bunch of times, and when he fought like Asmat Bakayev, when he fought Michelle Pereira, and he lost split decision. I mean, he gets caught in a lot of his fights, but I think it's still a nice matchup, primarily a grappling matchup. Trent Miller does have striking in him, but with the Von Flue truck, I want to see what I can do on the ground more. I want to see what else he can do. I think it'll be a fun fight, and Zachary Reese is a pretty active guy. He fought 2 times this year so far. I mean, you could give him another fight against like a guy like Trent Miller. Probably be a pretty solid fight. Primarily, like I said before, a grappling matchup, so you get submission on each other. But yeah, nice solid middleweight matchup. I think it's be a nice matchup for Zachary Reese. Coming with 2 losses, maybe it could be a layup from. You don't know. Now for the last fight I have here, I made the biggest win. We have Kayiki Brito I'm gonna put him against Carlos a little bit. Before we even get to this, Kaiki Brito just pulled off one of the one of the best and nastiest knockouts in the Contender Series history. I think that might be like top five. Oh my God, he versus Nama Fazio. Nama Fazio was talking a bunch of trash. Literally, the whole entire time Nama Fazio was talking trash. He was saying he's not scared of him. He's saying he's gonna beat him up. He's saying you should be prepared for me. Like even in his highlight on like when he's being interviewed for the Contender Series fight, he was talking about, oh, I'm so good. Um, if you see me fight, you'll be amazed. And we saw him fight. He was not doing bad in the fight. I will say that. Before he got knocked out, he was doing pretty good. He looked fine. Yes, he's getting kind of outstrucken in the fight by Keiki Brito, but Keiki Brito literally, if you watch the replay, he missed the right hand, and Fazio thought he was good within the range because he thought Brito was gonna hit him with the other strike. I mean, I don't think Brito no, I don't think Fazio even expected to get hit with the other strike. I don't think Brito even expected to hit him with the other strike. I mean, you could say it's a fluke, but like realistically, bro, he knocked him out. Come on. And he caught him with that other strike, knocked him out, bro. If you want to compare a knockout to what Kaiki Brito just did, it's literally he knocked the sweat off Fazio. It's literally like the Kamaru Usman fight against Jorge Masvidal. I think it's the second fight, I'm pretty sure, where he knocked them out. He knocked him down so hard, knocked them out basically, that the sweat went flying off. As you could see it on the camera in Contender Series. You could see it like when Usman did it to Masvidal, which is like it was. I was, bro. I tell you, I was so surprised. My jaw was wide open. I was like, oh my God, no way. I mean, he just proved he just belongs in the UFC. He's knocked out a guy who was talking trash, who's not bad, but just like he doesn't belong here, bro. He doesn't belong here. He could have done better, and I mean, he also fought on the Contender Series before too. He fought Obanega, he lost. But yeah, man, I guess I want to see him against another seasoned veteran in lightweight, that being Carlos Leal. I think this would be another fine matchup. Carlos Leal is coming up against Chijo Kani. I think this would be a nice test because like the most anticipated the fight, the main event of the Contender Series was Nama Fazio versus Kaiki Brito. And I think if you want to push Kaiki Brito, you got to give him someone who's been in the UFC for a minute. Someone who has I mean, he hasn't been. I mean, Leal hasn't been in the UFC for that long, but I do think this would be a nice matchup. One because the knockout power for Leal. Two because Kaiki Brito, we saw what he did. I mean, most of his wins in his career come by knockout. It's be a strike fest. I think Kaiki Brito is very good at counter striking, very good at keeping his distance in the guys, very good at he's like leg kicks on Fazio, kicks in general, keeping his distance from Fazio and trying not to get hit too hard. He did get hit a good amount of times in that fight. Probably looked like he was about to get finished. Not about to get finished, but like got hit, kind of like stunned him a little bit, but he was still doing pretty good. I mean, he took those hits. He looked durable in that fight. Got a nasty knockout win. I think against Carlos Leal, this will be a nice fight. I do think, to me, give this fight to Kaiki Brito. I think if he comes out on top, you push him in this division. I mean, this is kind of difficult. Maybe I would give him somebody different than Carlos Leal because Carlos Leal is a welterweight. I mean, Kaiki Brito looks like he could fight at welterweight too. I don't know. I think someone. I mean, let's look at it like this. Kaiki Brito could fight a lot of. Let's say we don't give him somebody's upcoming prospect. We give him a veteran in the division. He could fight like someone like in lightweight. Yeah. Yeah, I think he could fight someone lightweight. For now, give him someone like Carlos Leal, someone of his stature, or Carlos Leal himself. It'd be a nice, fun matchup. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I had a lot of fun watching this. And next week we have Bellamir fighting, bro. It's gonna be a very fun fight because I'm a big Bellamir fan. I do like her a lot. I think she's pretty good. She also fought in UFC BJJ too. But next week is gonna be next week. Hopefully next week. I don't think next week's on the top this week in week 2. But next week is definitely gonna be fun with a lot of fun matchups. And yeah, if you enjoy this video and you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe for more. I'm gonna do these every week, like I said. I was kind of contemplating on, doing the first week. I was like, should I read this? But like, yeah, I'll do this. This is fun to do. And yeah, man, let's move on. Um, yeah, let's just move on straight to week 3. I'm excited for week 3, like I said. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoy the matchmaking. Let me know if making some changes or for who guys would verse. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Peace.